Blog Talk Radio.
Come on in and have a seat. We have a lot to discuss about tonight, and welcome to yet another edition of our podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I am C. Costa. Joined beside me is our regular Cody, our friends Brandon, Jose. Hopefully, we hope they'll join us soon. Jacob, I don't think it's going to be here with us this evening. So, Cody, it's just you and me for the time being. So,
the bar looks empty.
Yeah, that's true. But that is true. So right now it's just you and me. But I think
for people who have been wondering about, wait a minute, why hasn't there been an episode last Tuesday? Was there problems? Our resident C had some stuff he had to do last week, and the podcast got postponed to this week.
And we have a lot to talk about. So
yeah, a lot. It was like from last Tuesday to this week, there's been a lot of shit that has been going off from a lot of sports things.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and dive into it, Cody, because the first thing we got to talk about is that this has been a really very hot trading session going on in the NHL going on, especially with the trading deadline coming up this Friday.
And
one of the biggest,
yep.
I was about to say, one of the biggest trades which we have seen as of yet is Patrick Kane is on his way to the Rangers.
The fucking inevitable happened. God damn it. The Patrick Kane, the person that got the Chicago Blackhawks to championships in the 2010s, has left the Chicago Blackhawks to go to the New York Rangers, which makes Brandon happy.
I think that, first of all, and we spoke about this on Discord earlier, thanks to this trade, because this is the only trade that happened, by the way. There's some more coming. But here's the deal, and this is how the deal works. So the here's the trade. The Blackhawks traded Patrick Kane. Follow this correctly. The Blackhawks traded Patrick Kane to the Arizona Coyotes first, retaining 50% of his salary. Then the Coyotes turned around and traded him to the Rangers, retaining 50% of his salary in exchange for a third-round draft pick. And the Rangers traded a second-round pick and a fourth-round pick to Chicago. So that's how Patrick Kane got to New York. So somehow, someway, Arizona got in the mix, and they got a draft pick as a result.
For fans of the Chicago Blackhawks, this is an end of an era.
I mean, this is the end of an era because, Patrick Kane, like you said, Cody, he won numerous Stanley Cups.
Numerous games. He celebrated his, I think, 700th career hockey start.
I think
last year.
So yeah, I think so. But
he was celebrating with his family last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think another thing to consider is that now he's in New York. New York already got some weapons, and I think that they sent a message to the league that we're going to be in this dogfight. There's going to be a dogfight until the finish. Boston might be running away with the Atlantic Division because they're like at 45 wins at the moment. But New York is saying, we're gonna put up a fight here, and I think that this is going to be a very interesting trade. Also, Arizona, they're rebuilding because now they got. You sit down for this. They got 27 draft picks in the first 5 rounds for the next 3 NHL drafts.
Holy shit!
Yeah, 27. Yeah, I don't know what the Coyotes are doing, but man, I think they're rebuilding. Now, as I mentioned, this wasn't the only trade that happened today. The Carolina Hurricanes did some trading of their own, and they traded. And I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna pronounce this name right. The Hurricanes acquired forward Jesse Pujajavi. Yeah,
Yeah,
Pujajavi.
some of these names are hard, folks. But
They got him from the Edmonton Oilers in exchange for forward prospect Patrick Puistola. Yeah, Puistola. Oh boy. Yeah, some of these names are hard to pronounce, but Carolina Hurricanes, they are not staying put. They're stepping up and they say, hey, we're going for the cup. It's the cup or bust. That's what we're doing. We're going for the Stanley Cup. And you know something? Most people saying in the NHL saying, they're doing it again. Trading to get some help and to make the team better, make the team stronger. I mean, so New York might be doing some wheeling and dealing. Carolina is saying, hey, we go do some wheeling and dealing too. So that's now two teams now pretty much in the Metro Division that's gonna probably be meeting in the playoffs, the Hurricanes and the Rangers. It's gonna be very interesting. These same two teams met last year in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and the Rangers won that series, by the way. So that's something to point out. Yesterday there was some more trades. Now the Toronto Maple Leafs got into the mix, so follow along. The Maple Leafs acquire Jake McCabe and Sam Lafferty, and this is from the Chicago Blackhawks. And the Chicago Blackhawks, in turn, they're sending Joey Anderson and Pavel Goliv. They're doing some trading their own too. So, but Toronto, they're doing something over there. So, interesting trade. But man, the Chicago Blackhawks, like I said, they're cleaning house over there, Cody. I mean,
Yep.
I mean, it looks like they're cleaning house over there, and we are still not done because on the 26th there was another trade. With the Lightning getting Tanner Janot from the Nashville Predators. So all these trades are happening. As the trading deadline is looming, and it's looming large and it's looming big. But overall, though, I'll say this. This is going to be a fantastic season. Well, as we head down the stretch, it's going to be a very stretch run. Because we start, like I stated a couple of weeks ago. Now we're beginning to see the pretenders and the contenders begin to separate themselves from each other.
So not just an hockey, but every kind of sport.
That is true. So we're definitely seeing that. So let's run through some. There's some big games tonight. So brace yourself. In about a couple of minutes, we got the battle at the Sunshine State. About to get ready to do battle with the Florida Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. They're about to get ready to do battle. The puck is about to drop in that game. We got later on. We got the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Nashville Predators. That's coming up later on this evening. The puck just dropped between the Detroit Red Wings and the Ottawa Senators, so that game is underway.
Yeah.
Also underway even as we speak. Well, actually not underway, but in about 30 minutes we're going to see the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Buffalo Sabres doing battle. That's going to be a good game. Also at 7. Coming up later on, we got the New York Islanders and the Minnesota Wild. It's going to be a good game. Very, very interesting game. Also coming up, we got the Seattle Kraken and the St. Louis Blues. They're going to do battle. We also got the Los Angeles Kings and the Winnipeg Jets. They're going to do battle. So that's coming up later on this evening. We got the Chicago Blackhawks, who are still rebuilding even as we speak. They're going off to the Mullet Arena to play against the Arizona Coyotes.
So there's something happening in the Olympics. Bob Richard, as I'm watching ESPN, died in '97. The two-time golfer was passed away.
Let me finish the scoreboard.
Sorry.
That's okay. We got the Boston Bruins with the best record in the league. They're gonna play against the Calgary Flames later on this evening. And the nightcap, we got the Montreal Canadiens and the San Jose Sharks. They're going to do battle later on tonight. So, but overall, though, like I said, we're heading down the stretch run in the NHL. Like I said, this is the last day in February. We're heading into March, and like some of these teams, they want to war into March, determined to put up a fight and saying, hey, we're going to be dominant. We're going to be here for the long haul. We're going to be here, and we're going to put up a fight. We're going to do battle. We want the Stanley Cup. If at the bench, you can already hear some of the fans yelling, "We want the cup. We want the cup. We want the cup." So I think
Boston is laughing at every single fan, like while drinking their alcohol.
Yeah, I think that Boston, first of all, 46-8-5, and they have won 7 in a row. 7 in a row. This team this team is just dominant. They got like a 15-point lead in the Atlantic Division over the Toronto Maple Leafs. I think Toronto probably be saying themselves, hey, we gotta get this team ready for the playoffs. We might not be able to catch them in during the regular season, but we're gonna be ready for the playoffs. And I'm pretty sure they want to do something, do anything to to at least get out of the first round, because they haven't gotten out of the first round in years.
Yeah. So I got word from Brandon that Jose is gonna be here. Later.
I think that I don't know if I see Jose's number pop up, I bring him in. I think also you look at the Metropolitan Division, with the Hurricanes, the Devils, and the Rangers. They've been busy. All three of these teams been busy doing trades, getting ready. You can tell they're getting ready for the postseason stretch. Carolina, they have
Carter, is your microphone having issues? Because I'm kind of hearing it.
Huh?
Sorry guys. I'm hearing Carter's headset, and it's like having technical problems.
That's
I
odd
can hear you.
That's odd because I thought your end sound like a little choppy at the end, but don't worry about it.
No, my internet's been fine now. I can. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We just had technical problems, but let's go back to hockey.
Yeah. Let me also bring this up also, because the wild card race is just a doozy. Right now, the Islanders and the Penguins, they hold the last two wild card spots in the Eastern Conference. But Buffalo's right there, Detroit's right there, Florida and Washington and Ottawa, they're still in the hunt. So, it's still wide open in the Eastern Conference.
Game.
Yeah. Likewise in the Western Conference, the wild card position is still up for grabs. The Jets and the Kraken, they hold the spots. But Calgary's coming, Nashville's behind them. So, I think St. Louis, I don't know, they're like 13 points behind Seattle. So I don't know whether or not if they're going to try to put a fight or what. I'm not too sure. But overall, though, I think that overall, in the NHL, as we see so many teams like giving up a fight here, it's gonna be very interesting heading down the stretch, Cody. Let's go ahead and shift gears and head out to the pool. Let's head out to the NBA first. But first of all, Damian Lillard, boy, what can you say about the guy? I mean, a couple of nights ago, Damian Lillard put up 71 points. I don't know who he was playing against. Let me look for the scores and see. I think he was playing against Houston. I believe he was playing against Houston. Yes, he was playing against Houston. Damian Lillard put up 71 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. When the Trailblazers beat the Rockets 131 to 114. So,
well, meanwhile, folks, if you were wondering about my Indiana Pacers, they actually won on Saturday against Orlando Magic. First one in a while since they beat the Bulls, 121 to 108. Their next game. Oh, sorry about the schedule, Norman. Sorry. Sorry, let's go talk about some NBA stuff. Because it is close to coming up to March Madness.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, the Pacers, they're playing tonight in Dallas.
Yeah. But there was a lot of records, again, becoming a bit, a bit broken. I think one NBA player broke a record.
I'm not too sure. But I tell you one thing. Friday there was a game in which it was just I mean, if you love scoring, then the Kings Clippers game is for you, because I mean, if you love scoring, that game is for you. Because let's break this down. The Clippers beat the Kings. Yeah, the Kings beat the
yeah.
That's what I said. The Kings beat the Clippers 176 to 175 in double overtime. I say that too soon, Cody. We just got basketball the equivalent to that Bugs Bunny cartoon, baseball books.
Oh God!
What a game!
You know what? I'm going to tell you what it had. It had the second highest scoring game in NBA history. The second time in NBA history, both teams scored 170 points. Tied most third points measurable in the game in NBA history.
Yeah, I mean 176 to 175. Now I know Jacob said that that this game is a classic. Now I was saying, if you like offense, sure, this game is a very good classic. If you love defense, then you need to get some volleys, because this is the kind of game that gives you heartburn.
The players had 44, 34, 42, 45.
I mean, sheesh. I mean, this is no joke, and I think that we did some adding. 80 points were scored in the first quarter alone. 80 points. 76 points, 71 points, 79 points, and when you put the two overtimes together, you got 45 points. That's how we get the score of 176 to 175.
Yeah, damn.
I mean, I was saying to myself, where the hell's the defense? I mean, like I said, the defense didn't even. Well, you can't show up. I mean, you couldn't show up. That game, there's an all-out. I mean, like I said, if you love scoring, then that game is for you. And by the way, the Kings are having a wonderful season so far. No one didn't expect them to lead the Pacific Division, but they are. They are 10 games over 500.
There's one report that I'll probably show to the football side that I just seen on ESPN. But damn, when was the last time we saw that type of a score? Decades?
Yeah, decades ago. I had to go like the 70s. 70s, early 80s. But man, I
It's
think
a
somewhere
rare
in the 80s.
occasion that we don't see that type of fucking classic scores.
Mhm. But that's just what I was saying earlier about the Kings. They're 10 games over 500 for the first time in about 13 years. I think it's 13 years. I'm not too sure. But they're 10 games over 500 for the first time in about 13 years. And they lead the Phoenix Suns by 3 games in the Pacific Division. So Sacramento is having a season in which, many people didn't expect them to have, but they're having a good year. Meanwhile, Milwaukee, what can you say about the Bucks? Because they've won 14 in a row. 14 straight ball games in a row. 14 straight. So I mean, they're very hot right now.
There is one thing I will talk about the NBA. Lakers to reassess LeBron in 2 weeks because of LeBron's foot injury.
Yeah, I think that. Now I'll get to the Lakers in a few. In fact, I'll go ahead and get to them right now. LA is the Lakers are just. I don't think the Lakers will go to the playoffs this year. I'm sorry. I just don't see it. Now, granted, they've won 3 straight, and they're like, they're a half game behind the Pelicans for that last play-in spot. But I just think that, in my honest opinion, I don't know. I mean, especially LeBron, now LeBron's gonna be out for. They said they're gonna reassess in 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
So I honestly don't know where this is going. To be honest, to tell you the truth, I really, really don't know. Also, let me just also bring this up. While the Bucks are going in one direction, the Spurs are going in the opposite direction. They've lost 16 straight ball games.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, they've lost 16 straight ball games. I'm pretty sure somewhere our buddy Eddie needs a shoulder to cry on because, man, the Spurs just falling off the side of the earth.
Yeah.
Sheesh. I mean, I know Greg Popovich is doing all that he can, but, man, coach can only go so far. Where's the players? Where's the talent? Where's the depth? What's going on here?
They've been drinking the wrong kind of alcohol. That's what they've been doing.
What are you suggesting? They drink Everclear instead?
Yep. Hey, Eddie.
Yeah, I was about to say let's run through some scores tonight in the NBA. In fact, coming up in about 7 minutes. We're gonna have the Lakers and the Grizzlies do battle the FedEx Forum. That game's about to get ready to tip off in about 7 minutes. That game's on TNT. We also got tonight. We got the Wizards and the Hawks. Quinn Snyder, I'm gonna make sure I pronounce his name right. Quinn Snyder is making his debut as the new head coach of the Atlanta Hawks tonight. So this should be very interesting. Of course, during the time, I think it was sometime last week. The Hawks head coach, Nate McMillan. Oh, that name probably might sound familiar to you, Cody, because he used to coach the Pacers.
God.
Yeah, but Nate McMillan heard 2 words which nobody wants to hear.
You're fired.
What? He got fired?
Yep. Now, I don't know what happened with Atlanta. I don't know what's going on with the Hawks. Most people think that Trae Young is a coach killer. Well,
yeah.
That's a bad choice of words, but
future YouTube video clickbait thumbnails. And then meanwhile,
let me continue on. We got the Milwaukee Bucks. Oh, this will be a good one. We got the Milwaukee Bucks in their 14-game winning streak. They're gonna face off against the Brooklyn Nets later on tonight.
Ooh, then the Pacers go up against the Dallas Mavericks, and It is actually going to be on VWU Sports Southbase. Now, I do want to touch a little bit on VWU Sports because
Could you hold on, Cody? Could you hold on for just a moment? Let me get through running the games, and then I'll let you have the floor.
Yeah.
We got tonight. Let me go ahead and finish this off. We got the Bulls and the Raptors. We got that coming on later on this evening. We got the Nuggets and the Rockets tonight over in Houston. Houston has lost 9 in a row, so
damn.
yeah, so that's not looking any better. We got the Kings and the Thunder. They're going to do battle later on here this evening. As Cody brought up, we do have the Pacers and the Mavericks coming up in about an hour. We got the Spurs and their 16-game losing streak playing against the Utah Jazz tonight. We also got Damian Lillard and the Trailblazers playing against the Warriors. I'm just gonna say this here now. If Damian Lillard scores a whole lot more points again, and the Splash Brothers have their way, they're gonna run out above from that scoreboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubt about my mind. I think they're gonna run out above from that scoreboard.
Yeah.
Finally, we got the Timberwolves and the Clippers. That's gonna be the night game on TNT. Okay, Cody, now go ahead with what you were saying about
because you brought this up on I think Tuesday. Nope, not Sunday. VWU Sports. Let's talk about the crap shit show they've been going through, as they have been having issues with trying to get baseball and basketball into their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's been a lot of shit. Like VWU Sports got a missed $140 million payment.
Mm-hmm.
Sending these negotiations to overdrive.
Yeah, I think that, Cody, I think here's the thing, and at the way we're heading, I think you can see, you pretty much see the handwriting on the wall.
VWU
the
Sports
company
is coming to an end. Yeah,
that's what I say. The organization that owns Bally Sports, and by the way, Bally Sports is they got regional sports networks. And I think yours is Bally Sports,
Indiana.
Mhm.
And then what?
Yeah, and I think that here's the thing. And saying it to the what's going to happen is the company that owns all of Bally Sports is going to file for bankruptcy. I think that's coming. And
Warner Brothers is on the news because they wanted to announce plans to exit VWU Sports Networks, and they might be put on AT&T Sportsnet.
Well, AT&T, speaking of AT&T, they're pulling out of the regional Sportsnet business.
What?
Yeah, they're pulling out. They're saying that's it, we're done. The 4 AT&T regional sports networks, they only have 4, but they're pulling out. They're saying, yeah, that's it, we're done. So,
for people that are in the VWU Sports Indiana, Midwest, New Orleans, Oklahoma, Southwest, and AT&T Sports, we're screwed. Holy shit, we're fucked.
I think that the most frustrating thing, and I said this on a different Discord. I said that somewhere Scripps is licking their chops. Yeah. Here's the story. I'm going to read this article, so bear with me. But this article is from the Sports Business Journal. And it says, Warner Brothers Discovery tells teams it's leaving the RSN business. So Warner Brothers Discovery has told teams that it plans to exit the regional sports network business entirely within the next several weeks. The company, which operates 3 AT&T Sportsnet branded channels in Denver, Houston, and Pittsburgh, and has a minority stake in the Roots Sports channel in Seattle, has told teams that they have until March the 31st to reach an agreement to take their rights back. Dang. If the RSNs can't reach deals with the teams, the channels eventually plan to move forward with a Chapter 7 liquidation filing.
Oh, fuck.
In a statement provided to SBJ, WBD said AT&T Sportsnet is not immune to the well-known challenges that the entire RSN industry is facing. We will continue to engage in private conversations with our partners as we seek to identify reasonable and constructive solutions. WBD sent letters to the leagues and teams this afternoon informing them of their plans to divest their interest in those 4 regional sports networks. Now, let me go ahead and bring Brandon on in. Come on in, Brandon.
Finally!
Yo.
Finally! Brandon's here. It's just been me and Carter for the first half.
I was just reading. Hold on. I just got through reading what's going on with Warner Brothers telling teams that they're shutting down AT&T Sportsnet. Yeah, so sports media rights is pretty much getting ready to go up in smoke. Because Cody brought up about what's going on with Bally Sports.
Yeah, they've been missing payments.
And so it's just I think that here's the thing. And I think what we're seeing is that this is what happens because ESPN and stuff.
Here's what the New York Times said. You know how much they're now in debt and held FD rights? $9 billion in debt.
$9 billion?
Yep, they missed a $140 million payment.
Like I said, I can smell bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is coming. And the timing. Let me get through, Cody, because the timing is awful because we got the MLB season coming up.
And my March Madness.
I mean, so the timing is terrible, but I think that this is what happens when we just.
An owner gets greedy and an owner becomes a huckster.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but I think what I can tell you is that at the way we're headed, especially with people are cutting the cord. I think that's the problem. I think that's their main concern. Is there's a lot of folks that's cutting the cord and going right straight to streaming. So
yes. My favorite add a little bit of streaming. For Peck, I'm also putting this one, but Apple has been emerging as a potential landing spot for college football.
That is true. Let me go ahead and get Brandon back in. But
what the hell happened back there?
Yeah. But I think that like I said, we're seeing folks getting ready to cut the cord. Well, folks have been cutting the cord. Because like I said, me personally, I stream everything. So I use YouTube TV. Now, unfortunately, YouTube TV doesn't carry the ballet. They don't carry ballet sports regional channels at all.
Yeah. For those channels like AT&T and Bally Sports, this is going to be difficult for the rest of us. Like I don't know where could the other channels could be? Maybe NBC, like Peacock.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because there's a company called EW Scripts. And they're interested in airing. This is gonna sound kind of odd to you, but they're interested in airing some of those games on Ion Television.
And that's what Ion Television is everywhere.
So they probably might do that. They probably might, say, hey, we got a whole network that can air your games for you.
Heck, I mean, Ion Television had WWE as their main show for main event all the way up until 2015.
That's true. But let's get back to the sports side, enough of business. let me go ahead and get through what I was saying about the NBA scores because Brandon, we spoke earlier. Oh, wait a minute. I got to bring in another caller. Bring him on into the bar. Go ahead, bring him on in, fellas. Bring him on in.
Hey, fellas.
Louis. Come on in and have a seat.
Now, the bars are officially.
How was what happened last week? What happened?
Let me explain because what happened last week was that me personally, what happened last week was that I had a massive migraine of a headache, and my headache, I knew my headache was hurting me so bad. I just took a couple of aspirin and just went on the bed because it was hurting me so bad.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm sorry there was no show last week, but I refused to do a show with a massive headache. So.
Right.
You came in just in time, Louis. We were just.
Cody. Let me refresh both Brandon and Louis of what we talked about because the show got early start this week. That's how come we started at 6 o'clock. Well, 7 o'clock, 7 Eastern, 6 Central. But we had early start because there's so much sports that we have to fit in. First of all, we spoke about the trade, the NHL trade that happened earlier today with Patrick King going off to the Rangers.
Yes.
It was a 3-team trade, too. It was Rangers, Blackhawks, and, shockingly enough, the Arizona Coyotes.
Yeah, as I brought up earlier.
The Coyotes?
Yeah, the Blackhawks traded Patrick Kane to the Coyotes first. And then the Coyotes, in turn, traded him to the Rangers. So, basically, what Arizona got out of it was some draft picks. So, Arizona, this will sound kind of funny, Arizona now has 27 draft picks in the next 3 rounds. Oh, I don't know what they're building over there, but they're building something. But we also brought up that, Carolina also did a trade to keep up with the Joneses. And man, we spoke about this. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess what Arizona probably might be doing is saying, okay, we got a lot of draft picks here, but if you want some of these draft picks, you can always take, you can always trade us a star. I don't know whether or not they're going to go out there and do it, but, these are the Arizona Coyotes we're talking about here. Now,
we are going to stick with basketball, but we're going to...
Chill, will you?
Sorry, I'm probably going to trade this from the college one, so sorry.
I know. We'll get to that shortly. I'm just doing a recap. We also spoke about, we would discuss, Brandon, I know you and I was talking about this earlier. It's been going to be a 3-team horse race now in that Metropolitan Division. Carolina, the Devils, and the Rangers.
Yeah. That's
it's been a 3-team horse race now. Now, in the NBA, we spoke about, first of all, the kind of game, the highest scored game we have seen in years happened Friday night between the Kings and the Clippers. The highest scored game in years. I have to look back, the 70s, 80s that we have ever seen a game go this high. The final score was 176. Yeah, 176 to 175 in double overtime. Kings with the victory. And now I was telling Cody this earlier that basically what happened Friday was the NBA's equivalent, basketball's equivalent to the Bugs Bunny cartoon Baseball Bugs.
Boy, what a game! They were scoring so many points. They were scoring so many points. I was wondering whether or not that the scoreboard's going to get a tilt because they were scoring.
Or break or collapse.
Because they were scoring so many points. Now, speaking of points, Damian Lillard became the second player this season to score 71 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that now Damian Lillard talked about I I guess he wants to stay in Portland. More power to him. So I think he wants to stay in Portland. You can see that. I think we all can see that. And we spoke about the Bucks on their 14-game winning streak. The Spurs on their 16-game losing streak. Total opposite of the two. And the New York Knicks are also doing well too. I think the New York Knicks, they're on the winning streak of their own.
6 in a row.
Yep. So the New York Knicks, they're staying in. They're saying, hey, I think that first of all, if Milwaukee keeps on going like this, because winning 14 straight is not easy.
Nope.
There's a reason how come. There's a reason how come that Lakers winning streak from the 70s lasted so long. You try winning 39 games in a row. It's not that easy, and it's not that easy. But the Bucks, they're still winning. But the Celtics are not that far behind. They're keeping the race very, very interesting. So, I think that obviously, just like in the NHL and the NBA, so much of this race is, we're heading into March. It's going to be March Madness, more than just college basketball. It's going to be March Madness pretty much across the sports world.
But, and I talked about VWU Sports having some payment problems and a lot of bankruptcy problems.
Now on to men's college basketball.
Oh.
This is now for some of these leagues, fellas. This is the last week of the regular season.
Right.
For some of these leagues. Now, for the rest of them, they already start. They're gonna start tournament play soon. In fact, I think on the women's side, they've already started. Some of their conferences already started tournament.
Yeah.
Conference tournament play.
Now, from my side, Indiana, they're starting their game already. Against Iowa, they're at 48-28.
Well, it's 43-28 right now, even as we speak. Iowa has the lead in the first quarter. This is good. This is going on in the second half right now. Marquette is leading Butler, 41-27. That game's on FS1, by the way. Virginia is leading Clemson 26-21. We got coming up later on this evening. We got Texas Tech and Kansas. They're going to do battle. We also got Arkansas and Tennessee. They're about to get ready to do battle. And we got San Diego State and Boise State. They're going to do battle. And of course we got Texas A&M and Ole Miss. They're doing battle. So we're heading down the stretch in the in men's college basketball. Like I said, some of these conferences, this is the last week of the regular season. Now, if your team, hold on, Cody. Like I said, now if your team is on the bubble, you gotta be sweating bullets at this point because you gotta hope. You gotta hope that all the favorites win, because if there's an upset, the chance of you making that the NCAA tournament gets smaller and smaller.
Well, and for people in the Big Ten, the men's side, Purdue and Indiana are waiting 1 and 2.
Now, I'm glad you spoke about the Big Ten, Cody. Now, because ESPN, they did an article about it. The Big Ten, these are the teams in which they say that locks, they're locked and that should be in and need work to do. Now, the teams that are locked in, this is according to ESPN. This is their opinion. The teams that are locked into the tournament is Purdue, Indiana, and Maryland. Teams that should be in. Teams that should be in. You got Northwestern, Michigan State, and Illinois and Iowa and Rutgers.
Right. Funny thing, Michigan State are fighting Indiana Sunday.
That's gonna be interesting. It could be a good game. Now, they also have a session called work to do, and what that means is they need to probably might do some. These teams probably might need to do some upsets. Wisconsin, Michigan, and Penn State. I think that here's the thing, and this is how come I said teams out on the bubble. No, you're sweating at this point. You're really sweating at this point because you're hoping that you win, and not only do you win, that the favorites that are supposed to win, they win, so that you can keep your chances of making the tournament alive. The last thing you don't need, is to lose in an upset. If you get upset yourself, But I think that if they can keep the focus here now. Rutgers, I think that the Scarlet Knights, I think they deserve to be in the tournament.
They do.
I think they deserve to be in the tournament because
considering the fact how they played against Notre Dame last year, oh man.
So I think, like I said, they deserve to be there. Hopefully, I'm hoping the selection committee look at the complete body work of the Scarlet Knights, and they see how this team performed. They did pull off a couple of upsets here and there. So, and they do have a good record. Rutgers has. So, and like I said, they did beat Michigan State at Madison Square Garden a couple weeks ago. So, that should help their claim at making the tournament. Now, likewise, they also did an article on the Big East.
Ooh.
They did an article on the Big East. Now, they said that the teams that are locked in from the Big East, and some of these shouldn't be a surprise, but the teams that are locked in, they say, are Marquette, Xavier, UConn, and Creighton. So,
you're forgetting about Providence.
Huh?
You're forgetting about Providence. They are tied with Xavier.
Hold on, Cody.
Mention Providence.
Providence is coming up. They said that these teams should be in. The only one team they said that should be in, according to the teams that are locked, is Providence. So, yeah. They're saying that Providence should be in the tournament. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to be in the tournament, but they're saying they should be in the tournament.
Right.
So, but I think that it's a very good chance. I mean, I think Providence, they deserve their moment in the sun, so to speak. So it should be interesting to see how things are going to turn up when the Big East tournament takes place down in Madison Square Garden, as they have done since the 1980s. So I think that is really, really something to consider. They also did one for the ACC. They did one for the Pac-12. Speaking of the Pac-12, over the weekend, Arizona State shocked and upsetted Arizona right there on their home court.
Half-court buzzer beater.
Yeah, we have seen a whole lot of half-court buzzer beaters over the weekend. I mean, we have seen way more than our fair share. So, like I said, we're heading down the stretch in college basketball. Indiana swept the season series with Purdue over the weekend. So,
at the fine transition to move our buzzer beaters, maybe to the women's side.
Yeah, I'm not quite done yet.
Sorry.
Over the weekend, Mississippi State upsetted Texas A&M 69-62.
Speaking of Texas A&M for the men's side, they're going on to face Ole Miss tonight. Yeah, it's their court.
Yeah. Houston defeated East Carolina 76-57. Alabama defeated Arkansas 86-83. Kansas defeated West Virginia 76-74. North Carolina shocked Virginia 71-63. Boy, this has not been a good stretch for North Carolina defeated Virginia. This has not been a good stretch for Virginia. Arizona State upset Arizona 89-88. Baylor beat Texas 81-72. Marquette beat DePaul 90-84. Tennessee.
Oklahoma Sooners upsets Iowa State 61-50.
Yeah, Tennessee. Tennessee just simply stumped all over South Carolina, 85-45.
Yeah.
So Gonzaga beat St. Mary's 77-68. Florida State at the last second defeated Miami 85-84.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and Kansas State defeated Oklahoma State 73-68. UConn defeated St. John's 95-86. Villanova upset Creighton 79-67. San Diego State beat New Mexico 73-71. As Brandon brought up, Oklahoma upset Iowa State 61-50, and TCU defeated Texas Tech 83-82.
That's a close one right there.
That is a barn burner to say. That's a barn burner to end all barn burners. Now, let's go ahead and switch to the women's side real quick.
I was going to mention about nail biter. Talk about nail biter. Let's talk about the women's staff of the Indiana Hoosiers, as they've been undefeated ever since. But on Sunday against Iowa State, they came close and to an 85-86, but there wasn't any time left.
Yeah. I think what happened with one of our oldest players, I forgot her name. She shot the game-winning 3 at the buzzer, like almost literally from half court.
But there's a silver lining to this. The Indiana Hoosier women's won. They're going to be in the Big Ten tournament on Friday. But as bottom, they don't know who they're fighting.
I think that remains to be seen. But this is championship week. But in women's basketball, this is championship week. Conferences start their conference tournaments this weekend. Some of them start. Some of these conferences start. Yeah, this week. So, but that's really something. And like I said, if you're in the bubble, you're sweating. And I mean, you're sweating bullets. And you're really, really hoping that you can get in, but you know you got work to do. If you want to get to the tournament, you know what you need to do. You need to win, and you need to win convincingly, so that there'll be no doubt in anyone's mind that you deserve to be in the tournament.
For the people who may need to get a win into the Big Ten, I mean Iowa, they're in 3rd. Ohio State, they're in 4th. Michigan, they're in 5th. Illinois, they're 6th. Purdue is down in 7th.
You're on the women's side, right, Cody?
Yeah. Maryland is comfortable in 2nd with a 15-3 record.
Yeah, so that's really, really something to look forward to. Now,
the only game here about it is UNLV against Nevada. That's for the women's. That's the only game.
That's a battle for Nevada. That's gonna be a good game.
Yep.
Yeah. Now shifting gears, and we're gonna head out to the Diamond. And the funniest thing happened this past weekend. And
well, before you talk about that, it is training season, everybody. It's about that time.
Spring training.
The people out doing spring training even as we speak. Because this is the first season in which we get to see the pitch clock in action.
Yep.
And this past Friday, what happened was that, I'm going to make sure I got it straight, it was the Braves and the Red Sox. And the game was tied 6-6 in the bottom of the ninth. Bases loaded. Full count. Now, apparently the batter didn't step into the box in time. So, because the batter didn't step into the box in time, strike 3, game over.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that the ball hit the fucking scoreboard.
No, strike 3, game over.
So it ended in a tie, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Well, remember, guys, it's only a preseason, so it shouldn't really, be much of a problem.
Yeah, I think that was one. Well, I think here's the thing, and I know that they're working through it now. Now, the rule is, I'll make sure I got this straight. If the bases are empty, the pitch clock is 15 seconds, and basically, what happens is that if the pitch is not ready after 15 seconds, it's an automatic ball. But if the batter's not ready after 8 seconds, it's an automatic strike. Now, I can understand how come they're doing this because they're trying to speed up the game.
Yes.
I can understand why they're doing it because there's some folks that are saying that the baseball game is too slow. So I can understand that. I can understand that logic.
But at the same time, it's not as slow as like golf or anything like that. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I know that. There's gonna be some purists that's not going to like this, and you can count me as one of them because I'm still trying to figure out what's wrong with the game. The game was fine the way how it was. Do we really need a pitch clock? But I digress. I guess
Yes,
this is their way of saying. I guess this is their way of saying we're trying to evolve the sport. So okay.
So
there was also some, but we do have some spring training games that's taking place. We also see some deals as we get ready for spring training. Give me a second, but we already see some deals, and we already see some folks that's going to be out for the rest of the season.
Kevin Lux is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's going to miss the entire season because of a torn ACL. Glasnow is going to be out for about 6 to 8 weeks because of an oblique strain.
There's a lot of that going around, too.
So this happened a few hours ago. Manny Machado staying in San Diego with 11-year deal worth $350 million.
Holy shit!
Money talks.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I can put it. But how much was that money you say, Brandon?
11 years, $350 million.
Yeah.
Well, okay then, Manny. And when you come up the bat, this needs to be your song.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Carter.
Dollar.
God damn it.
Oh, shit, asshole.
God.
But in all seriousness, I think that we're seeing some deals being done here. Let me go ahead and run through some of these spring training scores for a moment. Like I said, now this is spring training because usually,
Right.
some teams have 2 squads. So don't be surprised if you hear me repeating the team. But Federal going on right now in spring training. We got the Red Sox leading the Marlins 4-0. We also have a final over at the ESPN Wild World Sports Complex. The Rays beat the Yankees 12-0. Over at the ballpark of the Palm Beaches. Cardinals defeated the Nationals 5-3. Over at the American Family Fields of Phoenix, Brewers beat the Cubs 6-3. Meanwhile, over at the Lee County Sports Complex over in Fort Myers, Twins beat the Braves 10-7. Meanwhile, over at Lacombe Park, over at Bradenton. Oh, man, some of these things I never understand. Pirates beat the Orioles 7-4. Over at the Baycare ballpark, over in Clearwater, Phillies beat the Blue Jays 7-2. Over at the TD ballpark over in Dunedin, Florida, Blue Jays beat the Tigers 6-4. Over in Clover Field at Port St. Lucie, whatever.
Port St. Lucie.
Yeah. Astros defeated the Mets 8-4. Over at Ho-Ha-Cum Stadium over in Mesa, Arizona. Angels defeated the Athletics 11-6 at Camelback Ranch in Glendale. Reds beat the Dodgers 7-1 at Surprise Stadium in Surprise, Arizona. Rangers beat the Rockies 6-4 over the Goodyear Ballpark in Goodyear, Arizona. Royals beat the Guardians 12-6. Scottsdale Stadium over in Scottsdale, Arizona. Padres beat the Giants 7-5. Salt River Field over in Scottsdale. White Sox beat the Diamondbacks 4-1. And over in Peoria Stadium in Peoria, Arizona, Mariners beat the Guardians 9-8. And I want to thank everybody who managed to hold on to every word which I said. Because, my God.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because all that is pretty much a mouthful. These teams, getting ready for the regular season. I think the regular season starts next month.
Yes,
I hope it's next month.
Okay,
So it's gonna be very interesting. Now, shifting gears and let's head out to the field, the football field that is.
Before you talk about, you know what today is? You know what day it is today? The NFL Combine in Indianapolis, Indiana. Where 17 GMs and 11 head coaches are scheduled to take place in the podium. Well, they did earlier today, but there's going to be more coming tomorrow.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of these. Yeah, I think it's taking place over in Indianapolis at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Yep, and also, NFL announced on their Twitter page that there's going to be a 7th annual Women's Forum. Going to be happening in Indiana with EY, and I think Peyton?
I can see them doing it. They want women's input. I can see that. Now, this is also the time period on the NFL side of which you hate to see. People, players are about to get ready to get cut. Kadarius Toney is about to not Kadarius Toney, but
let's just
let me try to think. I'm trying to think of his name for the Giants. Kenny Galladay.
I'm going to talk about how much the cap space that all three teams have. Because ESPN talked about this, or I think on the 23rd. The cap space for the Buccaneers is $58 million. $47 million for the Saints.
Whoa. Cody, that's not cap space. That's how much we are over the cap.
Shit.
We are over the cap. And I just want to go ahead and point this out. Let me just go ahead and point this out. That the 2023 Tampa Bay season is going to be sponsored by Hoover Vacuums. My God, are we going to suck?
Nobody does it like you, the way that you do.
Oh, my God.
Nobody does it like you.
There is a lot of stuff that has happened, like from people getting caught or parting ways.
Well, I know that there's rumors speculating that the Jets are going to try to trade for Aaron Rodgers.
What?
I don't think so.
No. They're here. I'll talk about this report. All pro, 9-time All Pro.
Hold on.
Shut up.
Hold on, Cody. I got to bring in another caller.
I think it's Jose.
I'm freaking freezing. This is ridiculous.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Jose, what the hell are you doing?
Now, let me go ahead and finish what I was saying. I think that here's the thing, and this is, you hate to see it because, every NFL team has to do this. They have to find some way to get under the cap, and I mean get under the cap as much as possible. You know, you hate to see it, but the Buccaneers, everybody get ready to cut Fournette. So everybody get ready to cut him. So I guess he wanted to be released. So now
now that Tom Brady's gone, what's the point?
Yeah, man. I think also Marcus Mariota was released by the Atlanta Falcons. So and
Bobby Wagner agreed to part ways with the Rams.
Mm-hmm. Now, speaking of the Rams, I think they're still trying to trade away Jalen Ramsey. So, now, I saw a report that said that Jose's best person to pick on is new offensive coordinator with the New York Jets. Now,
Jose Miguel, that's on you.
I was saying to myself, did they not see this guy coach this past season with the Broncos? Especially on the first game of the regular season, the way how he wasted so much time. Couldn't call a timeout right then and there, but, you know.
He called a timeout at 20 seconds, then said that Brandon McManus to make a 64-yard field goal, which you know he can never do.
Mm-hmm. But, you know,
but here's the thing.
I don't own the Jets, so believe me, if I own the New York Jets, the first thing I would do is get a quarterback that knows how to throw the football. But that's
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. You know Aaron Rodgers is not gonna leave Green Bay, so the Jets are stuck with him no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Now the real question is, are you gonna cut Zach Wilson? Because 3 weeks of Mike White, and you could already, what he said. Well, Brad said they better, because 3 weeks out of Mike White, you can see that he's already a star player. He can show that he can bowl. Zach Wilson, you get me? Just immature, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, he's immature.
Now, on the other side, what do you do if you're the Giants? Because Daniel Jones wants big money.
Well, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. You can't cut Brian. You can't cut Brian Daboll because he took you to the postseason. Even though
here's the thing about Rodgers, because Packers GM non-committal on a quarterback for 2023.
Well, Carson Wentz is on the market, so
I don't think no one would pick that fucking.
But as I said,
Indiana sent his ass packing, and then Washington did too. I mean, should we talk about Washington?
Not yet. We'll talk about them later. But let me finish talk about the Giants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me finish talk about the Giants, right? You can't cut Brian Daboll because he took you to the postseason, right? You might want to cut Daniel Jones because, for lack of a better terms, like, he's a hit or miss. He's a hit or miss.
Jose, I don't think that you do. I mean, the question is, do you want to be committed to Daniel Jones? Because that's the thing, and that's the question which the Giants have to answer me. Do you want to be committed to be with Daniel Jones for a long time? Not long term. Not just him, but Saquon Barkley too. So now, like I said, if you're the Giants, you have to consider, number one, you need to make sure you're under the cap, have enough cap room to get another free agent, because this team has what it takes to maybe make the playoffs again next season, if the chips are where they may.
Hey, I mean, if you think about it, if it doesn't work out and they decide to keep Saquon instead of Daniel Jones, there are a few young prospects in the
draft.
Coming up for the draft, yes, but there's also going to be probably a few quarterbacks in free agency. Just sign the right one and you'll be fine. Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to put it at.
Would you let Daniel Jones walk?
Yes. I will let him walk because in fear that, look, here's the thing. Sure, you're good. You're good. But I feel like he hasn't reached his full potential that he has, like, say, in, like, his college football days, if that makes any sense. He can't rack up those numbers like he can. He can't rack up the numbers he did in college in the pros. That's all I'm saying.
I think what you're saying is that, no, the question has to be asked, is he worth it? And if the answer is
I don't think he
no, now if the answer is no, then, do you really want to start over with another QB?
Well, here's the thing, right? Because now we know that Carson Wentz has been cut by the Redskins, thank God. Do you want to pick him up, or do you want to have someone else take him? Because if you want to have someone else take him, then you have to rely on the draft to draft another QB, and maybe a wide receiver in the draft, or maybe the other way around. But it's up to the Giants at that point, honestly.
Oh, God, if Carson Wentz goes to any New York team, Brandon would be drinking a lot of alcohol in here.
No. I'll be happy. Here's the thing. Listen. I'll be happy if Carson goes to the Colts, because for one, listen,
fuck it. We idiots already kicked his ass out.
Cody, hold on. Listen. Let me give you my reasoning first, right? For one, you don't have to. For one, you can kick Matt Ryan out the door so that way he won't let you guys choke.
We kicked Carson Wentz out because of how much shit.
Easy, you two, easy.
Listen. Do you want to be in a glue factory, or do you want to demolish it and rebuild?
Carson Wentz already was in the Colts, and the fans did not like him at the first. And when he fucked up in January of 2021, we told him, get the fuck out.
Excuse me. Let me go ahead and steer back this show. Bengals said that they're not going to trade Higgins. They already Batman told the rest of the league, go find your own QB. Go find your own wide receiver. They don't have to sound.
Well, there is some good news on the Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, because they now hired an offensive coordinator, Matt Nagy.
Yep, former head coach of the Chicago Bears.
Hey, at least Matt's with a caliber two-time Super Bowl team that people are saying they're the New England Patriots.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because Eric Bellamy is now the offensive coordinator with the football team. I don't know who's gonna be the quarterback for the Washington football team.
It's gonna be Taylor Heineke. So. Because the team responds to him, then Carson Wentz.
That's true. That's the same possibility. That is true.
Here's the thing. It's not just a possibility. It's the only possibility. Because you have another QB, they're not going to respond to him. The team's not going to respond to that QB, but Taylor Heineke, because they rely on him more than anybody. Because he feels more comfortable within the program than any other QB that you would have. Such as Carson Wentz.
Let's shift focus to the XFL.
Oh man.
Okay.
Over the past couple of weeks, the XFL, the football league before the USFL gets on the way. So the USFL is supposed to get on the way sometime in April. But in the meantime, we got the XFL. But excuse me.
Yeah, there has been a lot that has been happening.
Corey, let me finish. Because there's one game in particular I want to talk about. Now, everybody was hyping up, saying Cashman Field is ready to play for the Vipers. Cashman Field looks great. And then tune in. Yeah, as I said, you tune in, you see the kicker slip and slide, you seen the field goal kicker slip and slide. I say to myself, that field might as well be yellow.
And then it was. I think it was revealed that
they're playing slip and slide, but that field might as well be yellow.
And then it was shown that it was snowing.
I was kind of surprised it was snowing in Seattle, but
I mean, it's been snowing in the area since last week.
Now, I think here's a question. Now, I asked this. You know, I can totally understand if you're a football nut, you love and you want to see football go year round. I can totally understand that. Folks want to see spring football. You know, which is why many people are waiting until April to see the USFL. USFL, by the way, they're going to be in Detroit, Canton, Memphis, and Birmingham. So they're going to be in those hub cities in April. But the XFL so far, you know, I know we're 2 weeks in. The interest is there because Vegas had about 6,000 in attendance at Cashman Field. I know that the attendance might be different in other locations, but overall, though, I mean, that is a good start. The question is, can they keep it up? Because
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, it is possible. We've seen when the original XFL had a great opening week, ratings-wise. Then as the season progressed on, those ratings started to tank. And I mean tank real bad and tank real fast.
Yeah, because I think your name tweeted about this. The XFL ratings declined by 50% from week 1 to week 2.
Because the interest is gone. The same thing can be said when the AAF had their you know, had their season a couple of years ago. And then they just stopped mid-season. And they just folded mid-season. So, you know, the interest is there. You know, the question is, can they keep up with it? That's the key question. And I'm pretty sure both the XFL and the USFL have thought about this and concerned themselves about this deeply. And I think both of them pretty much say, we're here for the long haul. Okay, fine. More power to you. I wish them well. I hope both of them be around for a long time because these football players need an alternative, especially if they get cut. Speaking of getting cut, AJ McCarron, hope I pronounced his name right, pretty much said, I took less money to be on this team so that I could show my boys that I could still play. You know, and The Rock spoke about that. You know, he spoke about that and said how much that made that was profound on him. So, I mean, it's good that we got the XFL going. We got more football so that football players can still achieve their dream. Because, you know, you can use the XFL or the USFL as like a springboard to get you into the NFL. I mean, look at P.J. Walker.
Yeah.
You know, the way how he did in Carolina. So that's really, really something to consider. You know, so that is really, really, really something to consider. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're heading down as we get ready to head on down the stretch. I think that, like we said, we're in the month of March. We're heading into the month of March. It's gonna be March Madness, and
tomorrow.
It's gonna be March Madness all over the place. And football, basketball, hockey. You used to even see it out there in the auto racing. So that is really, really stuff to consider. The temperature is picking up, and I tell you what, everyone is getting ready. Louis, first of all, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
And by all means, please tell the folks how we can get on your show.
Simple. The Enhanced Sports Show, Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Number to call is 512-543-4662. I'll repeat it again, 512-543-4662. It's 4 to 6 Eastern. We cover a variety of sports topics. So if you get a chance to call in, but remember, keep the language clean, please.
All right. Thank you, Louis. And ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedules and joining us tonight. I don't know about you guys, but you know what? We're just getting ourselves ready. Can you feel it in the atmosphere?
Oh man!
You know what? I smell shit.
That's not.
Oh God! Oh yeah. Well, but you can feel it in the atmosphere. So much competition heating up. We got the World Baseball Classic coming. We got spring training on the way. We got March Madness on the way.
We got questions about where sports will be on channels.
That is, like we said, there's so much to pack in. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be here for the long haul. We thank you so much for joining us this evening, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we'll be back here. We'll be at our usual time next week, 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central. Be here for 90 minutes of action, 90 minutes of excitement, 90 minutes of bad jokes, left, right, up, down.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that we're ending this, but without, you know, the traditional. There it is. God damn it! Let's save that.
Of course, Cody, don't jinx it. All right, he always has it on backup.
It's our
Cody,
outro.
you played that just
it's our outro for a reason.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the 5 of us just talk a lot of sports for an hour. It's always been our funnest.
Yeah, you sleep this off, Cody. You go ahead and sleep this off. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for tuning in to us this evening. We'll see you back here next week for Brandon, for Jose, for Cody, and for Louie. Hopefully we hope to have Jacob back here soon. But ladies and gentlemen, until next week, ladies and gentlemen, we just gonna say good night, everyone. We'll see you on down the road.
Holy hell, this is gonna be a long haul. See you next week.
Enjoy the roller coaster. Well, except for the Redskins.